Hey, this is Kevin Kawaguchi here. Welcome to the High Sports Show. It's the High Sports Show because we're in Hawaii on the island of Oahu in Kaneohe. How y'all doing? Today we're gonna talk about my favorite football team, the LA Rams. You that? Look, I got the girly pop right here. Boom. Oh, and I got my Rams up there. Where is it? Right there. Big. Yeah, you. Alright, and today I'm going to talk about some of the signings they had. I mean, it's just been a good off-season for the Rams. Coming off that Super Bowl loss, we're not going to talk about it because I don't want to talk about it. First off, Whitworth is agreeing to come back for another year. That's going to be good. I mean, Whitworth has been a very big addition for the Rams on that line, and having him here there saying that he's gonna at least come back for a season. Maybe will entice him to come back and sign like a 1 year deal. Maybe. We're losing Saffold. That's a pretty big loss on the line, but Sullivan is still there, and you know what I mean. We're a lot hopeful. The only guy we have to really sign in the future is Goff, and I'm interested to see if he's gonna, what kind of deal they're gonna offer him because as of recently, the Rams have been trying to keep the guys. They've signed Gurley to a big deal. They signed Donald to a historic deal. So I think that when the time comes after this season, when his rookie year deal is up, I think they're gonna offer him a pretty lucrative deal because again, people might go back and forth about how good he is and what that, but I think his progression with McVay has been pretty good, and I think he kind of froze up in the Super Bowl, but as far as the future, Goff is the future, and I think we're gonna sign him to a good deal. We also got Blake Bortles to sign to us for a backup deal. That's pretty big because you know what? I think McVay is gonna help help Bortles become into a better quarterback because I think he was forced into starting role in Jacksonville, and they wanted him to be great right now, and I don't think he was ready to take over at that time. And we're gonna talk about the defensive signing, which is crazy. This is the big one, guys. The They agreed to terms with Eric Weddle, the safety from the Baltimore Ravens, the All-Pro safety, 2 years, 12.5 million dollars. That's a big signing. Eric Weddle might be getting up there in age, but the guy is smart. He plays good, and he's gonna be a great addition to our coverage offense. I think he's gonna work great with that guy Joe Johnson, number 43. I think they're gonna do really good things together. Another big signing they had. I mean, it's not a big signing, but it's a pretty good one. It's a 1 year deal, 12 million guarantee, 14 million depending on his production. Dante Fowler re-signing him, so that means they've solidified the outside rusher for next season, and that's gonna help Donald. Even though there's reports that Sue's gonna sign away from the Rams, which is it's huge because it's Sue was helping take some of the pressure off Donald, but I think with Dante Fowler getting signed, and then the other big one is Clay Matthews is coming down for 2 years, $16.75 million. I mean, say what you want, I think Clay is still a good player. Fact of the matter is, even if he's not as good of a rusher as it before, there was a couple seasons when the Packers moved him to middle linebacker, and I think he made a Pro Bowl as a middle linebacker. So I'm not worried about Clay Matthews if he's hurt or whatnot, if he's healthy or this. I know that he's a stud player. He's a smart player, and I think Wade Phillips is going to find ways to get creative ways to rush him, even if he's not going to be the edge rusher on the other side. Vice versa to Dante Fowler, and you know what I mean, so trying to solidify that spot for Donald for rushing. But and another big thing is I've read that the Rams are almost going to sign Corey Littleton to a pretty good deal because Littleton is a really good baller. He balls off. He balls out on the special teams for us. He balls out on the defense. He had a little coverage lapse in the playoffs, but again, he had to he had to guard Alvin Kamara, and then we asked him to split coverages with Julian Edelman. I mean, that's two of the best, one of the better route runners in the league, and we're asking Corey Littleton to cover them. We asked Corey Littleton to cover Alvin Kamara one-on-one. Nobody can do that. But you know what? He did make the Pro Bowl because of his play on the special teams, and I'm I'm really happy that he's starting to come out, because you know what? That was a big thing, was who was gonna fill Alec Ogletree's spot in that in that inside linebacker position. And I think Corey Littleton filled in pretty well. You know, all these signings, all this moves is just making me so happy in the off season. It just makes me wanna just like a dance a little bit. Just, you know what I mean? Just. But thanks for tuning in. This is the High Sports Show. I'm Kev K. Adios.